UK and France fishermen include clashed in the canal, above estimated robbery of the comb fishery perspectives down there by UK boats. Strained exchanges were shot on Tuesday, off the shore of Normandy, following year of thoroughly controlled respite among the two sides, which put over the crisp tensions, and which effect will Brexit include on relations among them. In times of crucifix-channel stress, he's been a convenient and so worn reflection in several room to accuse the annoying red tape of the EU, its agriculture subsidies, its comprehensive trade standards, its fishery quotas. For more than rather than 10 years, the dispute among UK and France fishermen about the Bay of Seine, off the shore of Normandy, has been above scallops. The France fishery production is connected by an treaty in its by the government in Paris not to minnow for scallops in the region among May and October, in procedure to save minnow stocks. The UK, who are as well permitted to minnow the region by EU accessing rights, are by no such a restrictions of their own by the government. Et voila, and continuing fight has been tiredly called this comb wars. For the history few year, a thoroughly built respite has stored the world above the aqueous battleground. The UK coordinated to ban their greater fishery ware of the region before October, in compliance in France restrictions, on the insight how less UK boats could minnow down their all-year circle. But in the big boats out of the way for the summer months, the Provincial Board for Marine Fishery in Normandy says how the quantity of less boats upcoming through the canal is increasing. They requested how all UK boats remain off of the comb fishery perspectives before they could stake the capture of October ahead. But less UK fishermen are already sense difficult made by, since the extensive most of their EU fishery quotas go to greater UK industry fishery fleets, and lot fight to do a income. Scallops, on the some brush, are not confined by norm EU quotas. Greater ware include framework on the quantity of days they can minnow for them, but boats by 10m, 32FOOT, include an outdoor invite, a little but essential symbolical benefit. So, their reply to the new regulation of the respite? None. In no gentleman's treaty in location, UK ware include had complementary restraint to interfere up the turbulent water of Normandy's comb perspectives. And in the previous several hours of Tuesday night, the France took things in their own hands. So distant, not one has been wound, but the controversy remnant unsolved. Both of sides include coordinated to encounter, to try to discover a decision. One regional fisher said Le Monde paper how a difficult Brexit would resolve it one day and for all, by denial the UK machine accessing to minnow in EU water. But the rules restrictive France comb fishermen in the Bay of Seine include anything to do in the EU. And though if their UK rivals keep the block, France's Fish Resources Ministry points of, how region is outdoor to some EU members who include the liberty to minnow down their all-year circle. Though for UK fishermen, who are informed to include elect extraordinarily for Brexit, in the aim of restoring monitoring above their own domestic fishery perspectives, Brexit may not be the treatment all. EU ware will no much longer include machine accessing to UK fishery water following Brexit, but the war above quotas among big industry ware and regional fishermen is in domestic UK. He's the authorities in London, not Brussels, who set the rules by that industry fishery companies prevail the marketplace, and enable the lease of fishery quotas by big companies, times several some EU governments, love France, do no. Brexit may see love a convenient decision for fishermen on both of sides of the canal, but, as one reporter put it newly, it could so be a red shad.